Hey y'all already know when your girl Kelly J coming through, you know I'm coming through with some info and some tea for you.
Every time I think about the time I wasted, every time I wasted.
My name is Jindia Blunt. I'm an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories, and I
Hey, so my name is Tad. I've got some advice for you really quick, right? So I've been running movie theaters since 1988.
and I'm stripping, No, I'm playing. I'm like, the only thing you got OnlyFans. The only
I'm gonna make a song called Just for Jenny.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Kelly J, and I'm straight from the D. Ain't nobody in my section going harder than me. Ain't no waiting for the top, cause I'm steady climbing the tree. Pleasant Grove to Oak Cliff, yeah, you know where we be. This is my show, and I got it under control. Podcast to interviews, yeah, we doing it all. Got the tea for whoever, ain't no Lipton involved. So when you got it poppin', girl, you know who to call. I'm the realest of the real, I'm just stating the facts. I got it out the mud and I put the team in the back. Try to tell me I could never, so I did it and laugh. You know it's my turn, yeah. Kelly J on the map, y'all. What up, what up, what up, y'all? We are back, we are back with another episode of Brother. And of course, y'all, tonight we are talking on, are men really toxic or are they just misunderstood? And y'all, I can't do this alone. We got some special guests coming along. But more importantly, y'all guess who we always got every week? Brother.
Really?
Hey.
What up? What up? What up?
What well you already heard it, but before we jump into this, I do want to let the people know that it is so important that if they're watching that they're gonna like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, brother. It's free to do. I found that out. That it costs them
Yeah.
nothing to
Nothing at
actually
all.
it's the time that
You
they took
already
to
here?
right. All they gotta do is like, say hey, come in back,
Yeah.
we be thinking.
Yeah.
And then subscribe. So then every week when Brother series come on, y'all know what the tea be like. Y'all can tune in
Mhm.
and tap in with us every
And
single week.
don't forget about the mother shows,
Of
the stuff
course.
going on.
Of course,
You
on
get
Mondays,
update on it all.
look, you already know, look, I ain't gonna never forget the Mondays. Mondays where everybody come through and show love and we have artists, we have business owners, you name them, they're coming through on the Kelly J TV show. But also, y'all, make sure to follow me. Make sure to follow Kelly J TV on Kelly J TV on Instagram, on Facebook is Kelly J Entertainment. Uh and then on Instagram, be sure to follow myself under Kelly J Enterprise. And of course, on Facebook is Kelly Dallas Butterfly J. So without further ado, brother,
Man,
are men really toxic or are they just misunderstood?
a little bit of both.
Ooh,
It's just
ooh,
like every conversation we have. Some are, some get put in the category because of previous ones, you know.
right.
So that's why it's hard.
And let me say now, when you say do the previous ones, At, kind of elaborate on that, and to our viewers, please chime in with us. We love having y'all talk to us and more. Um, when you say we have some that are misunderstood, brother, is this coming from where? How can I put? Is this coming from knowing that Not necessarily the man himself is a bad person, but the female he dealing with is the issue. And then while we waiting, real quick, I do want to let y'all know we got another special guest in the building, KT.
Hey, what's going on?
What up?
What
Look,
up?
we
What up?
already the show don't
Hey.
ever go. But wait a minute, cause we ain't done. We ain't done. Guess who else in the building? Special guest, Bossman. So we make the rounds very fair. Look,
The
you just
silent killer.
right. The silent killer coming through. So, this gonna be a good show. This gonna be a good show. We had to even it out so we can make sure it's just not a oh you this person or that person. You know, we gonna have it full on. But guess what? We already got people already chiming in. We got our favorite chat person, Mimi in the building. Greetings, Kelly J in chat. Let's break it down. Much love. So Mimi says it depends on the man. Most men, most men are misunderstood because they have been scorned and taught wrong. Much love.
Yeah, I think that's two-way street.
Ooh, elaborate. Why do you say it's a two-way street?
You know, my thought process, we all been taught wrong. You know, we
Next.
all out here really still trying to figure it out on our own, and we just going off of what we know as kind of like a baseline. You know, don't necessarily mean it's right, don't mean all of it's wrong, but we all just out here.
Right. Now, when we go to talking about men being or people being taught wrong, because I don't never like to just keep it with just our men, but since we are talking on our men, when we're talking on our men being taught wrong, that goes back to the parents, I believe. So is a mother smothering her son too much, not giving him enough responsibility, or is it the mother who's giving her son way too much responsibility, and now he's carrying all of this on him?
Well, I think that probably depend on their situation, cause, cause I feel like all of it happens for a reason. You know, the mom who probably smothered her son looking for love, you know what I mean, in return.
Mm-hmm.
The mom who let her son get free will don't want her son to be a mama's boy type. You know, who knows what the reasons are.
Yeah.
So I think it go they situation play a part into their kid situation and so on and so on. So our parents lived how they were taught, and they parents live how they was taught.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is true. But let's break it down even more. So when we talk about this, you know, what is toxic? Let's go there. What's toxic of a man? Or KT, what do you think are traits of a toxic man?
As it pertains to parenthood or as it pertains to a relationship? What are we talking about?
Oh, that was oh.
Mhm.
Look, I had to stop. Some touch on both, and go for it. Relationship and parenthood.
Okay, well when it comes to parenthood, we got to understand that what we do is what we teach our children. Our behavior is what they learn and what they end up mimicking when they become adults if it's not something that is talked about or corrected. So that right there is huge. Parenthood is huge. Men fathering their sons, teaching them how to respect women, teaching them how to be providers, but then also teaching them what they deserve in return.
Mm-hmm.
The type of treatment they deserve in return. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. You have men out there that talk to their sons, nigga this, nigga that. And just the way that they speak, it's almost like instilling fear in them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at how that translates fast forward into a relationship, it's not a good situation at all.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
but if a young male grows up seeing his father, you know, being a provider, being a protector, knowing how to respect women, those things are learned behaviors, period.
Mhm.
Those are learned behaviors.
I will agree.
And I mean, same thing for relationships.
Right.
Same thing for relationships. Like, one thing that I notice is if you see, you know, a young man who has grown up around women or grew up in a household with a single mother, or you know, things of that sort, they seem to have a little more compassion when it comes to women when they become an adult and they enter relationships. I
Yeah,
think
because you had to see it. You saw it
that,
firsthand, and you don't want the person that you care about to deal with the same situation you already seen your mama go through.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So to our special guests, y'all want to chime in? Hold on, we got Mimi. Hold on, we're gonna jump in the comments real quick. We got my girl Kristen. Hey, boo. Hey, girl. And then we got Mimi with, in my opinion, only men are not toxic because they like to avoid drama.
I
And you know
agree to a
something now?
certain extent,
Yeah,
but
I
I,
was
I think toxic stuff is like it's just something that's unhealthy, and a lot we all got unhealthy traits, that like you said that transfer to other people.
right.
And
I was.
I have to disagree with the comment that you just read, KJ. And
Okay.
the reason why I say that is because you have to look at what being toxic is. You know, so just because you like to avoid drama doesn't mean that you're an honest man. It doesn't mean that you're not manipulative. I mean, those traits are toxic.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean that's just it's a wide variety of things that kind of fall under that.
That is true. I will agree with that. And also, I think men are toxic to to their benefit.
In
What?
in all
What?
in all these situations, it's you know individual based. So
Right.
but yeah, I think it's a lot of toxic people out there. I think it's a lot of good people. I think you do have good people end up with toxic people, and then the cycle continues.
Ooh, when the cycle continues, though.
Hmm.
When do you know enough is enough, brother? Because
Oh, we.
that's when we can start going into the toxic and being misunderstood.
Oh, we. I think that's still everybody have their own breaking point, you know, and me and you to had this conversation. You'll know when it's time,
Yeah.
and when you make that call, it ain't gonna be no. I need you to come over this and do that. Is I need you to come help me pick up my stuff, and I got a hotel room over here, such and such, whatever the case is.
Listen, I will never forget the day I called you and I was like, brother, literally, I was like,
Mhm.
need you. And I was like, at that time, I knew I wanted, out, but it was like when you was like, Nate, you only calling me when you done. And when you was like, if you planning on going back, I'm I, this ain't what
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And I'm like,
Every,
all right, yeah, I'll wait. And
you had to think. You
but
had to make sure that it was for sure. You know what I mean? But
right.
the next time you called, the next time we had that talk, it was a whole different person.
I
You know what I mean? You was happy. You knew for a fact it was a wrap.
yeah.
And women know when it's a wrap. I can't
Hmm.
speak for men because I'm not a man, but women know when it's a wrap. When you are no longer arguing, even if you know the other person is completely wrong as two left shoes, like women, we know when it's a wrap. We know when it's done. And at that point, if you're smart, you know, you plan your movement, and that's it's done after that. Like
Right.
that's it. It's end of discussion, which means that we done already gone through the process of having these conversations. We done already gone through the process of having arguments and disagreements. We cannot get to a point where, you know, we can come to some type of common agreement. At some point, you know that it's, but if you're still arguing about it, if you still having conversations about it, if you still calling your friends about what he done did wrong, you're not done. You probably got like,
Hey,
nah.
And
When
you
you
still
done, when
try
you're
to
done
figure it out.
talking, you done.
yeah.
Yep.
And it won't give you, you won't even have to think twice, because I ain't gonna lie, baby. Once I was done, that was it. Hold on.
And your
We
thoughts
gonna,
and his thoughts don't matter at that point. Like I said, when you was done, you was done.
it
Yep.
wasn't no pleading, no begging, nothing that could be said at that moment to
And
make
then
you think about
that's
something.
when his brother need to pull up, brother pull up, because whatever the results is, it don't matter.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, brother was ready to pull up if I wanted him to. But
I love it.
I let it know.
results don't matter. All right, we're gonna jump into these comments. We got Kristen here. She says, I would just simply say, as human beings in general, everyone is misunderstood because no one cares anymore. It's all for self. Everyone is toxic in their own way simply because absolutely no one is perfect. As humans, we all flaw. We all have trauma, and a lot of people never have the guidance or the help for trauma. Oh, that's a big one. People have wrapped themselves into a psychological cycle that hasn't been broken. It comes from a toxic cycle. But a lot of men are misunderstood and don't know how to communicate, or or you attract what you put out. Oh, Jesus. It's vibrations and energy, how
Yep.
you present yourself or how you allow your energy, or you don't have boundaries. You are going to attract that. All right, girl, you coming through with the tips.
Yeah. Like I'm on that energy stuff, and we talk about it all the time. Vibes, vibration is
Hmm.
the same thing. If your vibe off, you putting out the wrong energy.
Yep.
And I tell you, don't let it mess with your energy. Don't. Yeah, yeah, they messing with you, but let them have it.
Yeah. What was that? Boss man sent me. It said, "Be a water bottle, not a soda bottle."
Hmm.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I be sitting there and I be like, "Do I want to be a soda bottle right now,
Okay,
or do I
I'm
want to
sorry.
be a
What
water
does
bottle?"
that mean? Break that down, please.
You know something? We gonna let Boss Man break it down because he ain't talking. Boss Man, have at it. What
Yeah.
is the difference between being a water bottle and a soda bottle?
Well, all right. So being a plastic water bottle, you know, you can crumble it up, you can do whatever you want to it, but at the end of the day, you'll be able to blow that water bottle back up. Now, as
Okay.
far as a soda bottle, like as far as a glass soda bottle, like you can't really do anything to that. Once it breaks, it's done. You can't repair it.
Hmm.
So,
So we're
like,
talking about glass versus plastic being bendable
yeah,
and versus
hmm
breakable. Okay.
yeah, bend but don't break. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
it.
Like, and as far as men being misunderstood or being toxic, I think part of it is us being misunderstood because, like we talked about last week, like it makes us seem weak when we try to express. And so a lot of men don't really know how to like express how they feel, as far as their emotions. And then once we do try to do that, it makes us seem weak, and the woman belittle us. I don't need no weak man. I don't need this. I don't need that. But all he really just doing is telling you about himself, telling him how he feels,
And all of that.
and all of that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But I don't know. I see it. Just all of this is so broad. It's so broad because, in my opinion, if you're not expressing your emotions as a man, to me that part is weak. Because there's no way for any human being to hold all that stuff in. It's gonna come out in some manner.
But think about when a man
It's
does
coming
do
out.
that. Oftentimes, I've seen online when a man has actually stated how he felt. You see in the comments, female, oh, he a bitch. He a weak ass nigga. He ain't this, he ain't that. So we as women, honestly, I feel as though put our men into that zone.
I'll say, look at Will Smith.
Literally, that bitch done already made a whole post talking about changing her name. What? I was
Yeah.
livid with her.
But KJ, that goes back to who, the first thing that they need to check is who you're dealing with.
So you dealing with, yeah.
Who you dealing
Right.
with? I do not believe in women disrespecting their men. If you got a call to do that you with a bitch or out of his name in any type of manner, first of all, you shouldn't be with him.
That part.
You should not be with him at all, period. If
But
you
I think,
disagree with his behavior, make that an adult conversation. But that whole, and I've seen that in public where people in relationships disagree, and then the woman is disrespecting the man in front of people. And it's like, you don't, that's something you don't do. You
yeah,
don't
but
do
that,
that.
I
That's
think
off
it go
limits.
back to, I think it go back to that what people seen and what people thought was right because of what they grew up around. I know people that every woman in that line, I mean, mama, daughter, all of them got the same mentality, same attitude, same, thought process in a sense. So it's like you can see it.
Right.
And it's because that's what they was around growing up. That's what they was around growing up. And nobody ever really sat back and thought like, this is stupid.
And that right there, that's a personal
But that
decision.
applies.
You know what I'm
But
saying? Like
that
that's a
applies
personal
to everything.
decision.
That applies
Yep.
to everything. Time we able to walk, talk, do whatever we gonna do by ourselves. We taught to be tough from head to toe, and tough is being tough no matter what it is. So when we find that one person that's able to absorb everything we be going through, that's the choice we made to tell that person. And when you tell them from the jump, from the beginning, how this part of life was, how this is, and most of us will tell you, we ain't too in touch with our feelings. We don't even know where to start at with them.
Yep.
Emotions erupt when we try to explain because it's so much of it bottled in. And then by the time anybody get it, it's a lot to deal with. You can't say just the first person you meet or the first woman you meet is going to be the one that can do it. A lot of them can't. After you tell them, a lot of them too scared to know what's next. If you are at a breaking point, or if I'm going to be your breaking point, you like it's unpredictable for a lot of the stuff. That right there in itself makes it misunderstood. And those toxic traits that exist is because we so often misunderstood a lot. A lot of us are taught to be toxic, and toxic traits do exist, but a lot of other stuff come from how bad you've been done, how long you've been trying to overcome something, if you can. But you start doing stuff, for yourself personally, but you still try to avoid all the drama that come with it. And if the way you go about it may be toxic, but it's the way you know to go about it and deal with it to protect your own self. A lot of toxic stuff ain't about getting over on nobody for a lot of men. It's about protecting oneself. Sometimes you got to be completely ruthless just to get your point across.
Man.
Right.
Are we dropping the mic on that one?
Look, I had to let that marinate for a second.
Let me give a snap.
That's when you put the one finger up in church when you go into the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you can't come knocking on the door and take over the show.
I ain't called for the usher at the door, man. He turned around and gave me the wave to come down out to the altar.
Yeah. Already.
The doorman said it was good, man.
Yeah, nah, you good, man. You did. You do that. Hey. But yeah.
Good, definitely good points.
We're gonna
Good
jump
points.
into the comments. Mimi says, "Do you believe opposites attract?" Um, well, let's answer that. Do y'all believe opposites attract?
Thanks. Yes. Right quick. Because you can't stand yourself after time.
Yeah.
You really can't.
Okay.
You want somebody who's like-minded, but not the exact same thing.
Not the same.
The
Yeah.
exact
Yeah.
thing is cause you to be like, did you hear what I said? I already know what you was finna say. That's just more. Finishing one sentence, cool. Telling me what I'm finna do, bad. I mean, that's pretty much for anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Mimi says, R. Kelly said it best. When a woman fed up, ain't nothing you can do
And you
about
can
it.
do it back.
Well, first of all, we shouldn't be using R. Kelly as an example. Let's start. Let's find somebody else. Let's find somebody else. The message will not be heard using him as an example.
Oh gosh. Let's see. We have. Let's see. Kristen says where we at. Da-da-da-da-da. Yes. Okay. Okay. So Kristen says I was scrolling, y'all, because people been coming. Kristen says a man gonna do whatever they want to do, knowing it's right or wrong. It's the fact it's easier for a man to run from their mistake than to fix them most times because they really don't learn from them. From that nowadays, though, there really isn't any morals anymore. There is just terms used loosely. A man is always filling a dominant role. It's in their nature. If they don't trust themselves, they won't trust anyone else. They have to pretend that they are okay, like they are okay, but in reality, they are slowly partaking into toxicity. But it truly does depend on the woman and how she takes on that baggage and handle it, or even if she knows how. There is only that one true woman that can make a man change or break that cycle you are in. Girl, you better say that. That's all I gotta say. I'll agree. And I only agree because in my previous relationship, we won't put him out on blast like that. In my previous relationship, my person told me I'm a dude. He made it known that whatever he wasn't gonna change till he was ready. And damn it, he didn't change until he was ready. And I had already been out the relationship. The last time we talked, I still don't think he was ready because he told me he was trying to kill his fiance, so he still wasn't ready. I escaped, she hasn't. It's one of those things. So
what the hell?
Yeah, that was some toxic shit. He wasn't misunderstood.
Yo, am I the only one that caught that? You said that so smooth and kept on moving on. I'm like, what the fuck? What?
Right. That's toxic. Now, on the misunderstood side, if you look back, now if we gonna look at, this is how I kind of break up the toxic to the misunderstood. The toxic side is when you do start looking at the cycle of a man and him not trying to change and him not trying to break that cycle. When you look at the misunderstanding of a man, for me, is when you look at his history. So, from the person I'm talking about, if you look at his history, he had a mother who belittled him, who talked shit to him, who didn't uplift him as a man. So when he had a woman that was trying to uplift him as the man he was, he didn't know how to handle that. So he brought in that toxic shit of the cycle he didn't want to break into really a misunderstanding. Makes another point. What's that point? And it does. It definitely does.
Like I said, you don't have no way of knowing what any man is going through at the point in life. Talk to you,
Right.
talk not to ever show that I poker face beyond 25.
Right. Right.
And if you don't know what it's like to be sitting around a table full of high steaks, don't Somebody got to be brave enough to either guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally straight like that. Like you done been holding this back, holding that back. Last relationship almost broke you. The relationship before that bent you all the way. Whatever the case may be, but you've been holding it for forever. So now, the person that's in that spot, that's that might be able to absorb all that, got to deal with some pretty ruthless ass shit. And it's not by force that we.
But do you think it's fair?
No, it ain't never fair. Just like it's never fair for us to figure out what mood y'all in every time it does this. It's the exact same thing because we have no idea what's suppressing all of that and what's causing it.
But that goes into discussing it. At what point do we sit down and start talking?
Whenever either side is ready, or whenever one side says enough is enough with the silence, what's going on? Enough can be enough with sitting there dealing with it, and you can walk away. But if you bout that and that's what you want, it's enough for the silence, enough for trying to figure it out, lay it on the table right here. Whatever we done both missed, it's got to be found, and it's got to be found now. Otherwise, we done went through all this shit for nothing. And this day and age, really ain't got time to be going through shit for nothing.
No, we don't.
The previous relationship that put you through hell, I don't even look at it as a bad thing no more. I just tell the one who's supposed to be in that spot, I've been in training.
Yeah.
I've been training. God said it was time to come back to the huddle. You've been out wide long enough. You've been catching passes you've been catching D-balls for the longest. It's time to get a new play and let's run a new route.
Yeah.
So I've been that training.
It's the run a new route for me.
Hey, that training. If you ain't prepared to handle the mind and the heart that's about to be given to you, then you got to keep preparing. And you're going to keep going through the same thing until you get all in your head that either this had to change or that needed to change or whatever you holding on to. And this is for us men. Whatever you holding on to at some point, even if it ain't with nobody, you got to let it go somewhere. Throw it out the window, throw it in the sky, throw it in the ocean. I don't care, but you got to let it go somewhere. Go to the gym and run it out. Whatever. But those are normally the options we left to. Either working out till we about to pass out, smoking and drinking.
Smoking.
Nigga take all of his frustrations out on the domino table. You hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Diddy!
On anything. Video games, basketball court.
You can't play video games no more because if you get frustrated, you finna launch that shit through your TV.
Hey, nah, I ain't gonna do that because I play Call of Duty and I use the bat. Whenever I get pissed off, I'm gonna get on there, get my bat, and I'm running around and I'm tearing people up with the bat.
Yeah, that was the funniest shit I ever seen.
I understand you. My thing is UFC.
Yeah, see?
Get on there and put a couple of nuggets on somebody, let them bleed a little bit. Restart. Do it about 90 times, and then after that, I'm cool.
I'm good. Take me a shower and call it a day.
Life has lost at that point. We good.
Yeah. We gonna restart tomorrow.
Because I guarantee you, every night it's a battle just to go to sleep, but it's even tougher to get up in the morning.
So
not even sick, nothing. You just feel like the weight of the world is on you every time you lay down to get up.
So I guess I need to ask the men here, what are some things as women that we can do to help y'all? I know Big E, one week, you said to have a woman just be able to hug you. That's good. You know what I'm saying? So what are some things that help you guys?
Well, because that's a level of care that we not used to getting. So when you sitting there and you in the process of going through maybe the worst physical day, but mentally and emotionally, it might be the most, drag of a day. It could be worse than hell sometimes, mentally and emotionally. Physically, but when you got to deal with everything that's even worse on the inside, just to be able to go home, make a phone call, And sometimes all it takes is a phone call.
Yep.
But it's the instant form of care. It's the instant form of care that gives a man, out in the way of peace. If you give him something to look forward to that says not everything is all bad, and at least I know this here will be good.
Yeah.
You can go home and lay your emotions on one person, lay your feelings on one person. You ain't got to be trying to find anybody and everybody to vent to or vent with.
Yeah.
You ain't got to take that time that you was that $40, $50 you was gonna spend going to the bar just to drown your sorrows, and then the next day they still gonna be there. That ain't what you want to get rid of it. Hell, if I pull up at the house and say, "Babe, she already got the blunt rolled," I ain't got to say nothing else. She know what time it is. Come here, lean back. I need a good old head rub. What happened today? What?
Wait, who was that just talking?
That was Big E.
Kudos, Big E. All right. I hear you spitting the knowledge.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, I definitely love the conversations that we
live that. It ain't hard to say that.
Right.
But you know what men need to hear other men saying what Big E just said. You know, and I'm sure a lot of times when we speak like that, and when I hear things like that, I hear that from a place of I've experienced some shit in life. You know what I'm saying? But it's always a woman cannot, and please hear this, a woman cannot tell a man how to be a man. Period. A man can't tell a woman. We have different experience. We are viewed different. There's different treatment. There's different expectations. Just based on gender, just based on roles, So I think it's amazing for the men to hear other men speaking in that manner. I think that's amazing.
You got more. Boss man, you want to chime in?
No, I'm good right now. I'm just listening,
taking it all in. So, what is more difficult for men? To express how y'all feel, expression, or actually saying it? Does that
Probably
make sense?
saying it.
I'm gonna say saying it because
I'm gonna say saying it.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to talk about how I feel sometimes. Because if anybody that knows me, I'm a very nonchalant person. Like I'm very reserved, so it's hard for me to like say exactly how I feel. And as far as expressing it, actions, I'm all the way there. Like,
you ain't listen. You is
but as far as like me actually physically saying it, like it's pretty hard because it's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard for me to, actually go there. So I'm gonna say saying it.
I'm gonna say it's circumstantial.
It
is. Okay, listen. Okay, it's only hard to say it. Really, I figure it's only hard to say it and or express it if the people, group, or single person you talking to don't have your trust.
And see, that's why it's so hard for me to say it. Though.
Because and true enough,
because you don't necessarily feel that person has you like that.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's circumstances, which also brings the reason why we just be like, man, you good? Yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah.
And don't say nothing else. That's where that come from. Because if Miss Right doing wrong, the clouds will take it. And if you like me, you be up late at night, so you find the moon is a real easy person to talk to.
Talking to the moon.
Talking to the moon. Talking. Oh, I'm talking to the moon.
Not talking to the moon.
I be talking. Oh, I be talking.
You sound like you crying. We doing the remix. Crying to the moon.
Crying to the moon.
Crying to the moon.
This is my butt. But no, Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and give boss man his props. Expressions. Listen, I ain't never known. You know the whole actions before words. If
Yeah,
actions
actions
before
speak louder
words,
than words.
yes, that saying. If actions speaking louder than words was a person, it would be boss man. Okay, and I mean he don't have to say much because the actions speak for themselves. And that there is like phenomenal.
And see, that's his actions showing you how he feel about you. Telling you what he going through is a whole different beast. You know
Right.
that's how I am. Like I show you all day long how I feel about you, but me telling you how what was going on or where my mind at is kind of
So
that's
if
a
you have
whole
That's
that
another
ask
level.
you, if
yeah.
your lady asks you what's going on and you just be like nothing, or like how y'all said, I'm straight.
I'm straight.
Does
I'm good,
that
and
point
it's
is that
really
fair
just
to
because
her?
I haven't figured it out myself.
But why not figure it out together?
Because
No,
if I
some
don't,
things. Nah, KJ.
Got it.
It's gonna be
I'm
shit.
asking. Listen, I'm asking.
It's gonna be
No,
So
no,
I'm
no, no. Like we talking, talk. You know, we talk. So we
yeah.
talking. But
that would,
okay, let them talk because they're
no, yeah,
men.
that would really help. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Because one, trying to keep you from getting hurt by anything that could be going on.
Got it.
If you see somebody figured out you're gonna catch one of them reactions that ain't meant for you,
Right.
feelings gonna
Your
hurt.
feelings will be hurt.
Got it. Got
You
it.
got like give me a minute. And then two, if you ever hear your man say, I'm gonna take a ride, get your ass up and get in the car.
yep,
Get your ass up, get in the car. Don't say shit. I don't give a damn if you say no. Get your ass up and get in the car.
Got it.
yep,
Because anything that could happen behind that wheel, he does not give a shit about.
Right.
Does not. Until that ride ends, does not care. Get your ass up and get in the car. Because if you're in the car, you gotta make sure you get back home.
Right.
He ain't.
and that go back to like he said, the hug. Sometimes you gotta just know when to hug. Don't say nothing. Don't say just
It's,
hug.
you only got a split second to even see eyesight. That split second could count for a nigga life.
Mhm.
If you ain't getting no sound, no nothing, no stop and talk, everything short answer, it's a problem. Them demons have no name and they have no end and ain't no telling when they gonna stop.
So how do we begin to help y'all?
Stay there, but don't force. You can't force it. When it's supposed to come, it'll come, and it's gonna be awfully soon. It might be in the middle of the night. You might wake up. He might just be sitting there like this, staring. At that point, go. That's the only time he gonna be that open. Because once he closed back up, the mind closed off, feelings closed back out, they're closed. Because now it's time to build up and absorb whatever else coming for the next day.
You know, wake up and do it all over again.
All over again.
Mhm.
All the time, 24/7. You deal with shit from the time you get up, but by the time you go to sleep, if you ain't dealt with the little small ass part you got in our head, gotta take one and dump one and then put some more shit in the next day.
Delete 5.
Well, we can't even delete that shit going to recycle.
Go recycle.
That's crazy.
It's like you get to the point to where you be like, man, you been crying? Nah, but his eyes all swollen up. Can't cry no more. Ain't nothing else in
Ain't
there.
nothing else left in
Eyes
there.
just swollen. That's it. No tears. Whoop your ass, man. Life. That's where that answer come from.
Right.
Well, listen, we gonna mail y'all some hugs from Cali, all right?
Like, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we want to be straight. We want to be good.
Right. Like at this point, every time I see a man, I'm just, hey honey, come here. Let Kelly J hug you real quick. I'm
Yeah.
just
Now, Kelly, you can't.
just
No,
hug.
you can't be. Let Kelly. You can't do that now. You got some triple D's over there. You can't just be walking like young men. You can't just be doing that now. They might try to follow you home or something.
Boss man gonna be right there.
That group hug.
Holding on way too long and way too tight.
I'm gonna get a church hug, the side.
Yeah, side hug.
I want you to believe this.
Okay.
Titty save lives.
Titty save lives.
Don't doubt it. 30 titties a day, keep that away.
A pair of titties a day keeps death away.
That's one thing we just ain't trying to miss.
Facts. Sorry, we was on some bad decision crew just then. Right. We had a moment.
Moments. With an S.
We always have.
It's true though. You ain't never been in the middle of an argument and just nip slip and it's over.
Wait, but here's the question: are you back in your feelings even after it's over?
Ooh,
no.
Nah. Okay, I disagree.
Stick a nipple out.
I'm just saying,
Whatever
was happening in the immediate after you just took that punishment then.
Yeah.
Okay, but no. Okay.
Okay. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so at one point, I was on a live. I did a live with somebody, right? And I actually said, for me, I'd rather my man fuck the shit out of me than be mad at me or be mad in general. And people said I was toxic for that.
But that's your man.
Exactly. And if that's going to relieve, but they made me feel like that was a problem. I don't think that's a problem. And hearing you guys talk about that, I don't think that's a problem. I mean, I think I'm saving lives.
To each his own, though. Like, if that works for you, then that works for you. That doesn't mean that may or may not work for the next woman. You know? Right. But why I disagree with the, whole, let's get it cracking, and then everything pretty much. My whole thing about it is it doesn't go away. Yeah. Have you ever either been in a relationship or seen situations where there was some type of disagreement, y'all made up, y'all kind of got over it at that moment, and then probably like a month or two later, because you never circled back to it, now y'all arguing about the last slice of bread, and that same situation comes back up. And you sitting there like, where the hell did this come from? Like, my whole point is if it's not actually resolved, it's going to find its way to come back up in some manner or at some point.
That's when the problem is in the relationship. When the problem is outside world, we.
Oh, I thought we were talking about relationships. My bad.
No. In a relationship, you can't just that's avoiding all forms of conflict for a later problem.
Wait, outside world. So we talking about prostitutes?
No, we talking about outside problems, like.
Because I'm talking about people. So I'm talking about in a relationship with a man and a woman, right? And then if you say outside world, I'm thinking about outside people. So
you said the outside world is causing is stressful to you. So when you come home, you don't want to beat up nobody at work. So when you come home, you want to be able to take your frustration out.
Got you. Okay, I got you. Okay.
That's why and then some freaky happened in the middle of an argument. We were like, that's what I'm talking about. I guarantee you, if you could hear inside our mind when that happened, that's what happened. You'd be like, I'm tired of this bullshit, Titty.
Okay. Okay, I got you now. And it might give you a little more motivation so that when you go and deal with the outside world, you might come up with a whole new plan on how to attack it.
We looking for.
So then when y'all about to get into it with somebody, the first thing you think about Titty.
The first thing when you're getting into it, it's like it's the shit that's causing this shit to happen.
Right.
But in the middle of that, like I said, if it's not in between you and the missus, Titty pop out and it's just, fuck that Titty. And then you just your head sideways and you stuck, and then before you know it, you're picking up and then the door slamming. You go.
It's like that dog that hears something weird and they just be like
whole head
sideways.
Just stuck. Don't know what to do.
I'm talking about just go instant done. What you said happened today? What? like, you know what? We ain't even finna bring that shit in the house, but you come here. And then before you know it, what was you mad about? Never mind, it don't even matter. I'm going to sleep.
So I think it's safe to say at this point that men aren't really toxic. They're more so misunderstood. KT, can you agree with me on that?
No. Hell no. I'm glad you came to me and asked me the question because I was so ready. No, I know I don't because first, like I keep on saying, we're speaking generally. Now we all talk about from our own personal experiences. Maybe that's different, but no, I think even generally, I would say no. Mm-mm.
I agree.
You agree?
I think men, a lot of men are misunderstood. I think that's definitely true, but I don't. Yeah, nah.
I'm gonna say this right here. In the group, in the normal
And,
group
so,
of
and then
four.
sometimes when some men are toxic, sometimes when some men are toxic, they use the I'm misunderstood as an excuse. So I mean, it's so many ways that could be looked at, and it's like, nah, that's not a misunderstanding. You just a fool. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
so
Like,
that's the
we gotta be honest
manipulator.
about that. You
Yeah.
right about that, which is toxic, right?
Yeah, that's the manipulator. But
Yeah.
every man ain't the manipulator, you know. So that just go back to what you said earlier. You got to know who you're dealing with.
Right,
Absolutely.
because
That's where it goes back to. That's the
in every group of
foundation.
homeboys, I promise you, in every group of homeboys, it's always that one where everybody be like, "This here. Wow."
Yeah, you deal with him at your own risk.
Right? Because look, the rest of them gonna come up. So what your homeboy like? Look, you gonna have to find out for yourself. I can't say it either way or that way. But that's my man's 100 grand. But
You should be able to judge that just on the facial expression. When that question is
right?
asked, if they
I
take a
mean,
deep
that's what
breath,
it
if
is.
they start stuttering, if they not sure, if they can't make eye contact, you already know.
I mean, I look you dead in the eye and tell you a piece of shit.
It's the pause before we answer.
There you go.
The pause before you answer.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Never mind. Forget it.
that's when you gotta hit him with that. Look, need a drink.
I'm gonna buy you a drink.
Let me buy you this shot before you go over there. It's a double.
Speaking of a double,
Boy, it get bad.
I still got some daiquiri left. Shout out to Burger Extreme for the new Kelly J drink. It's not an official, but I'm trying to make it official. I just need people to go and request it when they go to Burger Extreme. Request the Kelly J drink. It's a daiquiri. What it is Hypnotic Hurricane with strawberry lemonade
So
mix.
tell the secret.
Wait.
I
Hold
don't
on.
mind. They gotta know
Wait.
because listen. I said it's unofficial. It's a daiquiri shot. It's a
Wait.
daiquiri
You
Oh,
shot.
have a
okay.
drink. You have a drink at a fast food spot in Texas. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm trying to make it one, but I gotta get people to go there and request it.
So what you said, you need bodyguard to go do the thing again. All right.
Do that,
Okay,
yes.
well, my bad. Give it again. I'm sorry.
Yes, so I am trying to get Burger Extreme to actually make this an official drink called the Kelly J Signature Drink. And what it is their Hypnotic mixed with their Hurricane and Strawberry Lemonade Daiquiri. It is the bomb.com.
He made it look really nice.
Yes, and the guy made it look really, really nice. I posted up on my social media platform so you guys can see it. But I'm trying to actually get them to make it an official drink. I told them I was gonna start having people come in and request it. So I actually want to put my mouth like I really want to make that something that they really do. So if you are in the Mansfield, Arlington, or you just in the DFW area and don't mind driving, head over to Burger Extreme and ask them for the Kelly J signature drink. And if they don't know, say you want the Hypnotic mixed with Hurricane and the strawberry lemonade.
KJ,
Hmm?
I was about to be on your head something tough.
Why?
because I was just in my mind, I was like, I was just out there. And if she really got that, like, how you come, how, no, how do you come and pick me up from the airport and you don't take me to that spot that got your signature on it? I was really about to just leave this whole studio.
No, no. But see, guess what? The next time you come out here, I bet they'll have it. Cause I'm fixing to make it happen.
Okay.
So next time you come and I pick you up from the airport, I'm gonna be like, "Ooh." Now you gotta come like later in the day because you came too early last time. But when you
Oh,
come
oh.
later in the day,
I
they
did
wasn't
come
open yet
early.
when you
I
got
did come
here.
early. And thank you,
Look, they
KJ.
wasn't open yet. They wasn't open when you came.
They wasn't. You the MVP for real. This woman picked me up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, no, and I was like, nah, I get a ride. And she was like, no, no, I got you. I got you.
Hey, that's
And
Kelly
she
J
was there.
transportation for you. That's Kelly J transportation
She
for
was
you.
there and bumping her music, vibing and grooving. I was like, what the hell did I just walk into?
Right.
A wake up call.
A wake up call. I was ready to go to sleep. She woke me all the way up.
Hey, I told people when you ride with me, it's a vibe. You gotta be ready.
But
I
she
didn't
ain't
mean to
lying
wake you
about
up.
that.
I didn't mean to wake you all the way up, but it was a nice ride.
It was
We
absolutely.
we got Kristen right here. She said it would be so much easier if we had more men out here like Evan, aka Big E. He is legitimately the perfect real man. Hashtag taken for life. All right.
Nice,
Okay, Big E.
nice. Spitting jewels.
Hmm.
All right. Well, you know something? I am brother.
I'm here. You know I'm here.
That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all.
Well, with that being said, y'all, once again, if you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area, please head over to Burger Extreme. They are not paying me to do this. Once again, I am trying to get this drink inside of there. So help your girl out. Go over to Burger Extreme. Let them know you want the Kelly J signature daiquiri, which is the hurricane mixed with hypnotic and strawberry lemonade swirl. And without further ado, you guys, shout out to KT for coming through, showing the love.
Yes,
Shout out to
yes.
Brother for another episode. To our special guests, we love you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming through. To our commenters, we appreciate you. I'm gonna start doing something special for our commenters, for them who come every week and come in. I'm gonna start doing something special. We got our adult bad decision crew has our adult t-shirt line coming out. Yes. So y'all stay tuned for that. Once again, it is adult t-shirt line. So it's explicit language on shirts that we decided to have fun with based off of shit we say always. So stay tuned for that as well. Look, I'm giving out all these little promos at the end of the show. If you know, you know. But y'all, without further ado, it's your girl Kelly J, Brother, and KT, and we are out.
We out.
All right.